this is what I want to talk about. Glendon actually made the recommendation a few months ago. I had, if you remember, years ago, I had the Tenorion, I think it was Yamaha Tenorion, a musical instrument where you could like press buttons on a grid and then it made it played MIDI music on the actual instrument. And I found that the knob wasn't very responsive. I couldn't figure out, what was going on. Glendon, right here, immediately recommended this, Deoxit. Now, this is a product I've never even heard of. Maybe this shouldn't be my feature because I'm not sure I can explain it half as well as Glendon could. But, and I'll punt to you here when I'm done, Glendon, just if only to finish. But if you have electronics that have like corrosion or they're not working right, you can spray a little bit of this on there and then they start working magically again. I'm not going to say it's like a silicone spray. Is it a silicone spray? I don't know. It's a D series. So I avoided A, B, and C, but it is also extremely flammable. Just FYI.
Yes.
So cleaner audio, clearer video, reliable data. So apparently it is a lubricant. If you're a geek, this is the lube you need. Oh. Well, okay, so I'm glad. This is it. This is where I was leading in. You didn't even know, or did you know? Did you know that's where I was going with this? Because I bought recently like half off, 30% off on Amazon. I shared that link on social. But I got the Magic Keyboard with the Touch ID, which has been nice because that was a previous upgrade. I spilled beer. You gotta watch out with me and beer. I spilled beer like 2 weeks after I got it, guys, and it knocked out. Well, it didn't really knock out, but it made the one of the cursor keys and the 0 key on the numpad sticky. So for about a month or so, I was living with it, and every morning I'd come in and be like, click, click, click. I'm like, this is not right. And finally, I decided, even though it didn't say dissolves beer, I sprayed some Deoxit on it. This is Deoxit D5 in case there are different variants. Sprayed it on that area, wiped it off. Initially, it felt really mushy. I got worried, left it overnight, came back good as new. So if you've ever spilled something on your keyboard, and let's face it, if you have a keyboard, you probably spilled something on it. And while we're at it, why don't you go ahead and do this with your keyboard? Why don't you just go ahead, shake out all that crap that's in there. Ugh. Actually, it's a new keyboard, so it didn't have much crap. But
Josh fell out of a keyboard.
I'm telling you, you got to watch out.
I'm smacking it over my head.
In the crevices, that's where they are.
I don't know if it helped the keyboard, but I think it shook something else loose in there.
Oh, well, I guess it did. Wait,
still not as bad as the armchair cheese that you get on office chairs.
I don't have armchair for a reason. Yeah, for a big reason.
I don't have it on mine right now, I promise. But I have seen it many times. We've all seen it many times.
You're not speaking from experience at all. Deoxit will get rid of that armchair cheese. I bet. You spray the cheese away. It's not spray cheese. Okay, so Glenda, did I get that right? Did I explain like what it basically dissolves gunk?
Yeah, it's like dust, debris, things like that. Just over time, it lubricates and cleans both. So a lot of the first time I heard about it was like on old stereo equipment, like the adjustment pots that are on it. Whenever you have one that's aged, a lot of times you'll hear the volume going in and out, up and down. Just spray it in there. That's where I first learned about it.
And it worked like a charm. I'm going to keep it here with me all the time. And I'm hearing an echo. Am I the only one here? It had to happen. We're doing a recording. It's just, y'all, this is like what happens. See, you didn't hear enough of me the first time around. There we go. It has been, so now you only get one of me. Sorry, everybody, not to disappoint. It's what you get. Bullet dodged.
I don't think we can move too.
I wouldn't.
I have also used the Deoxit on, to what Glendon said, some old vintage audio equipment, especially arcades where they have the volume potentiometer on the inside to set the volume. You just spray that, soak it obviously while the machine is off, and you just work the potentiometer off or on and off or up and down. You just get rid of the oxidation, and it allows that electrical contact to be cleaned. You can use it on automotive connections too. If you've got anything with corrosion, you can clean it up and spray that, and it cleans up the end. It works really good.
Yeah. Like it said, it's good for oxidation. I mean, it's right in the name, Deoxit. So
I probably could have used that a long time ago. I bought a GameCube eBay years ago when it was still relevant, right? And so I got it used, and the moment I had it, it worked fine. But there was some of the buttons were really sticky. The reset button and the power button were both really sticky. and I use like
I don't want to know
around
why.
there.
You don't want to know why they
You
were
know what?
sticky, right? It's,
A few years later, I finally opened it up, finally cleaned it. I swear someone like spilt pop in there or something, like
Yeah.
Coke or Pepsi, because there was this dark caramel colored liquid all over the place in there. I'm surprised the thing actually worked if you spilt a drink in there, but
You
I
better
probably
hope
could
it
use
just-
that stuff.
Coke or Pepsi, not
Yeah.
some other organic substance.
You know, if things turn brown like that, I worry for his health.
I would as well.
Yeah.